Hello. Lots of new stupid Frank horse shit. Let's see.
Of course. He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
Very good.
And maybe the Jesse Pinkman. Bitch. Yeah, Richard, did you answer my question? How's his life been, man? You're like the only one I DM. I think Chris said goodbye to me. I don't know. He's like, Aaron, I miss you. Have a good summer, man. Peace. I don't know what that means, but I want to get back into streaming, but I don't know how the audience will feel. It's been like 2 months.
Yeah, Boondocks
I'm
was
good.
sick.
What, Mary? Are you crazy? I didn't watch no basketball game. What movie have you seen? What was the last movie you saw, Richard? Some good movies coming out. And what's that, Vegan Games? Hope you're doing good. I appreciate you, man. This game's kind of boring.
Aaron P is streaming. Let's see what this dumbass says about some.
I cannot think of two things put together that are more embarrassing for Trump than this combination right here. Now, these were projected onto the Kennedy Center thanks to Lincoln Project advocacy and VJ bombs. And the great irony here is that, first of all, it's using the now apparently permanent tarp because our commander-in-chief, with an ego as delicate as a Fabergé egg, cannot bear to endure the humiliation of revealing the Kennedy Center facade without his name on it. And so now, because he inadvertently drew so much attention to it, it has become the perfect venue to host a non-stop projection of Trump's long-standing friendship with a pedophile. I mean,
he was clearly not a pedophile.
How would you rate this exercise program?
This is Rock's winning workout without weights, and it's a beginning exercise program, and my friend Zara is going to be the demonstrator, and we're going to go through this exercise routine. And you can follow along with this exercise routine, the beginning part of it, and then later we'll show you some exercises.
Leg session today was good. I didn't have much knee pain. I was able to push the weights heavier, have better range of motion and shit, so it went well.
You won't be able to follow along with. The last exercise for the calves is called jumping up and down, and follow along with Zara. He's going to do 10 of them. 1, 2, 3. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have my friend Doral Silverthorne is going to talk about the relationship with fitness and the Bible.
The scripture says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. We got to be pure in our bodies. You've got to give us physical strength. I wish to say that our government is a two-faced hypocrite.
Don't think you're gonna make much gains doing that. Yeah, those weird 80s workout tapes that people made. Thanks for the donation, Jessica, or Jessica.
I mean, talk about the Streisand effect.
Dude, this is so fucking stupid. The Epstein thing is such a fucking joke. Epstein wasn't a fucking pedophile. he liked younger women, but what fucking dude doesn't? Like, find any dude in their like 40s or 50s who wouldn't bang a fucking hot 18-year-old. You're gonna have a hard time. He like the worst thing he's guilty of is maybe not doing like it's debatable. He's not a cop, right? Like the one girl that he seems to have had some kind of sexual relationship was a few months before 18, but she lied about her age. So if she looks old enough and she's lying about her age, like, what are you going to do? Like, are you supposed to like ask for her ID and then, okay, like what if she has a fake ID, which a lot of fucking teenage girls have? Like, are you supposed to run it through a fucking police system? It's like, okay, like what amount of due diligence is the guy expected to have? And by the way, nationally, the age of consent isn't 18. It varies from 16 to 18. Most states, it's not 18. So it, like, the majority of states is 17, a few are 16, and then there's like a handful, like 4 or 5 or something where it's 18. So the guy's clearly not a fucking pedophile. In most states, what he would have done with a 17-year-old would have been legal. So it's like, give me a fucking break. There's also no evidence whatsoever of trafficking. He paid for prostitutes. Whoopie fucking diddly do. Who fucking cares? The only thing that's like genuinely interesting about the Epstein files is there may be a connection with Russia. And they somehow used Epstein to get in like Russian girls who were working for the Kremlin to get dirt on sensitive individuals like Trump. So worst case scenario, like the only thing that could come from the Epstein files that would be remotely interesting or politically poignant is whether or not some kind of Russian agent got dirt on Trump, where they got some like, I don't know, 16-year-old fucking girl who was working for the Kremlin to suck Trump off, and they have evidence of it, and they're using that to blackmail Trump to go soft on Russia or something, or have some pro-Russian positions. Like, we know for a fact there's been Kremlin infiltration into the Republican Party. That's the only thing anybody should be fucking talking about. But, like, here's this fucking left-wing retarded dipshit. Epstein's a pedophile. Trump's friends with pedophiles. Like, not a single alleged victim, by the way, has come out and said anything about fucking Trump. So, like, what are we fucking doing? Like, this guy just does nothing but waste time. Like, he's a fucking idiot. Let's see.
So here's a 16-ounce jar of raw, grass-fed,
That looks like absolute shit.
pasture-raised, organic ice cream from
That looks very unappetizing.
Frankie's Range Meat. This 16-ounce jar in glass with the highest quality ingredients is the same price as ice cream for bears.
Like, by the way, if you look at the ice cream for bears ice cream, like, they have very attractive, attention-grabbing labeling. It's got an interesting name. Like, it's got a cute bear on the cover, like, interesting colors. You know, it's something that's, like, marketable. And then here's fucking Frank's ice cream that looks like he literally froze somebody's diarrhea. And then he wonders why he's not making the sales Ice Cream for Bears is making. Like, gee, ever hear of fucking marketing, dumbass? Like, by the way, Frank's ice cream is probably, like, poorly made and low quality because, like, he even admits it himself. Like, he's given people discounts because he said batches came out poorly. Like, he's talked about it being way too hard. Like, you have to put it in the microwave until you can even scoop it out, and it just doesn't have a good texture to it. He's admitted this. And then he's like, why am I not making the same sales? It's like some weird random jar with a shitty fucking label on it. His website has terrible fucking reviews. He has an awful reputation online. He's an anti-Semite, crazy fucking conspiracy theorist. He's had all these weird cosmetic surgeries and he's made himself look like a fucking doofus. The worst customer service I've ever fucking seen. Just look at the fucking reviews for his website. And then he's selling this shit that looks like diarrhea in a fucking jar without any, like, actual marketing or proper labeling on the fucking product. Why am I not making any sales?
If you account that Ice Cream for Bears is a smaller container at a slightly lower price, the price is identical.
Think I've developed a tolerance to Retta. When I increase the dose, side effects increase, appetite increases due to low blood sugar. Low blood sugar doesn't generally increase appetite. What it does is it increases cravings. You can develop a tolerance for peptides in general. What happens is your immune system will actually, like, destroy the peptide. That happens with, like, just about every peptide. It happens with growth hormone, BPC, TB500, like literally every peptide. You might want to go off it for a month or two and then restart. That might help. It seems to still be doing something if you're, like, if you are eating less. So, like, I would just, like, I would just stick to a dose where it has good tolerability. And then, you know, it's fine to have some amount of hunger cravings. Like, you do need to eat some amount of food. So if it's working and you're still losing weight, just, like, work on having a little bit of discipline. But if it's, like, not working at all, then yeah, sure, go off it for a month or two and then restart.
I am sure Frank handles his food safely.
Yeah, probably not. We've seen him rub his dirty, disgusting hands on everything. Thanks for the donation, Jails Wade.
But ours is completely raw. We're using 100% grass-fed dairy. The eggs are corn and soy free, and all of the flavorings are natural and organic. We're using unheated honey, nothing's pasteurized, and it's the same price. $11, $12 for this jar. And we're using honey too, it's not organic sugar. Organic, unheated honey in all of our flavors. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, cookie dough. We have a chocolate swirl, and we have sheep ice cream as well. Same price, way higher quality.
Again, he's admitted he's had batches that are practically unedible. And then he's saying, oh, it's the same quality. Right, sure. It looks like diarrhea in a jar. He's admitted he's made batches that are impossible to fucking scoop out and are practically inedible. What a fucking dumbass.
Took out the new prime rib on Frankie's Strange Meat, 8-ounce package, and I started counting the pieces because I was like, how thin did my guys cut this? 13 pieces of prime rib. They're almost like half an ounce each. Super crazy thin. My poor employee must have been on that deli slicer all morning. Really, really cool.
He thinks he's gonna sell anything.
Not even bears would eat his ice cream.
They'd probably, like, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if you gave it to a bear and they're like, what the fuck is this shit? Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Bro, this guy is, like, living in this moldy fucking shack in the woods. Has, like, just the most fucked dress sense, fucked up, crinkly-ass hair, and is chewing on gross pieces of fucking meat. And people are gonna buy this now.
Might be the best deli meat I've ever put in my mouth. That's good. That's crazy good. It's so seasoned. It's so delicious. Crazy. We should put, like, some type of crack guarantee.
He doesn't even like clean up his fucking house. Like this guy is just a fucking mess.
On our products that you will crush the whole bag if you open it.
Would stricter, more universal background checks and other checks decrease gun crime? So if you look at crime statistics, legal gun owners are not committing the crimes. It's criminals. It's mostly organized gangs that are committing all the shootings. So why do you think stricter background checks would help reduce firearms violence? If anything, you'd expect it to increase it because guess what? Criminals don't have to take background checks. So what are background checks going to do to reduce firearms violence? So the less well-armed the populace is, this is a cross-cultural phenomena. You see increases in firearms rates, firearms violence. This happened in Canada. This happened in the UK. This happened in Scotland, Ireland, you name it. The only country where I think is an exception is Australia, but before they enacted the NFA, there was already a steep decline in firearms violence, and I think it had to do with policing. So every country that has enacted an NFA, firearms violence increases. So the whole background check thing is fucking retarded. The only reason you hear this shit from politicians is because they are completely and utterly useless fuckwits that just want to ram through legislation to justify their job to get votes. That's it. It's just a political tool to get votes from fucking retards who think anything's happening. The UK is probably one of the best examples of this because, again, after they enacted the NFA, there was a sharp rise in firearms violence. The only thing that reduced firearms violence was increased policing. So they increased mandatory minimums. They increased policing. There was like a big recruiting boom. And then, oh, what a surprise. You lock up criminals and gun violence goes down. Oh, so it literally proved the NFA and harsher, gun restrictions did absolutely nothing. So I don't know, it's just dumb, woman brain, liberal, fucktard horse shit. Oh, criminals are getting guns illegally. Let's make it harder to get guns legally. That'll solve everything, right? Like, it's fucking stupid. Only a fucking idiot thinks that way.
It's not good.
Dude, like, listening to this guy fucking chew and slosh food around in his mouth is just fucking gross. And then he thinks, then he wonders, why am I broke? Why are people not buying shit from me?
3-day marinade.
Oh yeah, the shooting in Montreal. We'll talk about that later. Oh my god, dude. So I think this is like the fifth or sixth shooting that has been linked to an Iranian operation, at least. So basically what's been happening is Canada has essentially no fucking checks and balances with immigration. They let everybody in. And there's so many fucking loopholes for getting in the country. They basically grant anybody a tourist visa if you even need a visa at all. On top of that, there's literally no system to make sure that people don't overstay their visas. So if you get in the country, you're staying here. There's no chance unless you get locked up and then they do like a check on your background. Like if you commit a crime and like somehow manage to get arrested, which is another big if, that's the only way they'll ever find that you overstayed your visa. Canada is the only country on the fucking planet that has no system of checking and making sure people don't overstay their visas. On top of that, they have like the foreign worker program, which is a huge fucking scam. Basically, it's just corporate corruption where the liberal government has just worked with big corporations to help bring in cheap foreign labor so that every like just normal citizens get fucked out of work. And then they're able to hire a bunch of random fucking idiots from Pakistan who will work for peanuts. So they let everybody in, and there's so many fucking ways to get into the country, and there's no way to actually get kicked out. What's happened is Iran has taken advantage of this. There's a ton of Iranian agents that are in Canada, and they're getting paid to commit political assassinations and targeted shootings. And this is another instance of that in Montreal. So there was just a shooting in Montreal, and it was a hate motivated crime. Basically, this guy shot and killed a rabbi. He was probably paid to kill as many Jews as he fucking sees. He managed to kill a rabbi. I'm not sure if he... No, 3 people dead. Oh, great.
We got to get to some other breaking news now out of Montreal. A shooting there has...
Yeah, so a police officer died. A rabbi was killed, who was probably the main target, and then somebody else died,
left
apparently.
2 people dead. The suspect is also apparently dead, and we've got to warn...
Oh, okay, so they're adding the suspect. Oh, my God.
There's some video coming into us. It is disturbing here. There's no other way to say it. Look at this. Shots are fired. You hear them. The suspect, we've sort of highlighted them. Suspects coming out from behind a barricade continues to fire shots. Police say they've taken that suspect's gun, and now there's a search to see if there are other victims. So far, they believe 1 person was hurt, but is expected to be okay. 1 additional.
By the way, this is after the Liberals said, this gun ban will increase public safety. No more shootings anymore. It's over. We banned guns. Oh, what's happening? Every single fucking week, there's a fucking another terror attack.
Person. I want to bring in Stephen Romo here. What else do we know about what happened, Stephen?
Yeah, Hal, you can see in that video alone how much chaos there was at the time this happened. It was around lunchtime. Police say an armed and dangerous person was in that area of Montreal. They told people that they need to shelter in place and to avoid that area altogether. And people were sheltering there for nearly 3 hours. The police did not yet clarify exactly where the shooting happened, but we've seen so many videos circulating from that scene showing officers responding with their guns drawn, clearly taking this very seriously. Then you actually hear gunshots on several of the videos. We saw another video that showed someone who appears to be the suspect carrying a rifle along with an injured police officer. So police announced that that suspect has been neutralized and that 2 officers and a citizen were injured there. Of course, police later clarifying that the officer later died in that incident, which is something that has not happened in Montreal for a couple of decades now. So there's a lot of questions, rightfully so, about how this started. Who was the target of this? Was it police? Right now, the police in Montreal are not answering those questions as the...
Yeah. Canada.
How old is Frank?
Pretty sure he's my age, or maybe 1 year younger, so he's either 34 or 35. Thanks for the donation, James. Gay, donate $2. Did you ever react to Frank's shorts on peptides? What are your thoughts? Yeah. We did that last night. He has no fucking clue what he's talking about. He's a complete fucking retard, and, like, the whole peptide thing's a complete joke. So he made 2 short videos on his new peptide website. First of all, he opened the video saying he got scammed and he's not selling as many peptides as he had planned. So he's getting it from a supplier in China. Who knows if he, like, didn't pay the supplier, which he has money issues. Who knows what the fuck happened. But if you look at his peptide website, there's no independent lab testing posted on his website. So who knows how reputable a fucking dealer this is. All peptides come from China. It doesn't mean the peptides he's selling are bad, but he didn't do any due diligence with these peptides, clearly, because he didn't get any independent lab testing that he's posting on his website. Secondly, the website doesn't actually tell you what you're getting. He doesn't know how to read an insulin syringe, and he doesn't know how to read the label on the fucking peptide. So the listings are wrong, and it doesn't tell you the total fucking dose of what you're ordering. So you have no fucking idea what you're buying. And he also labeled things wrong. He's selling ipamorelin, which is a growth hormone secretagogue, but he's calling it HGH, so he doesn't even know what the fuck he's selling. And he's also selling IGF-1 LR3 and IGF-1 DES, which are useless. They don't do anything. So he's just selling completely useless fucking garbage, and you have absolutely no idea what you're fucking ordering. He's a complete idiot. Thanks for the donation, Gay.
And all thanks to these pro-Palestine supporters.
Yep, we have a prime minister who recognized the state of Palestine while there were still Jewish hostages in Israel. And then there's been a rash of hate-motivated shootings targeting Israelis and Jews. And he's doing absolutely nothing about it. He's just letting a ton of fucking immigrants in that are tied to the Iranian state that are assassinating people. It's just fucking great. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Joining us now, Yosef Haddad. His family owns the deli right beside where the shooting happened. Yosef, thank you for being with us. I can only imagine what sort of day this has been for you. How are you feeling right now?
Thank God, a bit better right now than before. Thank God.
Take me to the beginning, if you will. When did you realize something awry was happening?
So basically, I was in downstairs in the restaurant at the deli. As usual, every day we come, we open it, me and my brothers. And we opened it, as usual, 11:30 we open. Going outside the deli, I live...
Cover the national protest done at MBR Acres. What is that? Is that like a UK protest? Oh, I see. Beagles.
Let's have a little listen to what they've got to say. Why are you here, Lauren?
They're making a lot of headway on the whole beagle testing thing. It's pretty great. I don't think I'm gonna bother watching the whole protest. Like, I know what's going on, but yeah, it is good. Been watching for many years now. Good to see you making gains and moving up in life. Well, thank you, dude.
Right in front. So I went outside to get something from my house, and then I hear just shooting, and I see two guys with military uniforms running, and I didn't know what's going on. I thought it was Canadian military. I didn't really know what's going on.
So there's possibly two suspects, and they killed one.
So I just ran to my house, and I went to see from the balcony, and the shooting was continuing to go. And I saw the balcony. I saw one of the cops that died. I saw him literally fall down in front of us. And we heard bullets flying, with the whistling of bullets flying from the balcony. It was something that's very traumatic, that we hope nobody in the world should pass something like this.
I want to take you back to one of the first things you just said there, Yosef. You said two people in military outfits. Those were police officers, or those?
How'd welding the exhaust go? Which welding gloves did you use? I didn't use any welding gloves. If I'd be welding for a long time, I'd wear more protective gear, but it was just a little exhaust. So I didn't get burned or anything. It went well. There's one little, like, I couldn't take the exhaust off. It was just too much of a pain in the ass. There's a little spot where I couldn't quite reach particularly well, where there's still some gaps. I'm just going to fill that with exhaust sealant, some JB Weld stuff.
Those you believe were the potential suspects here? The police chief... Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't know who it was. I saw them, and they were running. So you don't think you will see someone in military clothes starting shooting civilians. You know, I thought it was the police or the military or SWAT team. I didn't know who it was. But after we got a photo on the group, the building group, that one of the shooters, that they shot him, he was wearing the military clothes, the same outfits I saw them with.
Did you witness the exchange of gunfire between the suspect and the police?
Yeah.
I'm sorry that's something that you had to see. It's something you can't unsee, and hopefully something you never want to see outside your place of residence.
Never.
Yes.
This is my house. This is our community here. My business is here. Our family business is here. There's kids in the park. There's schools all over the place. we had, we just started to open, so we had like 5 or 6 customers, usual customers, to get their lunch, and they got stuck at the deli for like 5 hours. They were there. It was really a situation where nobody would like to even remember it.
You were inside the deli yourself with 6 of those customers while you.
And
let me take a look.
Hezbollah has killed Dor Gedalia Ben Simon, who served as the commander of the 52nd Battalion of the IDF, otherwise known as the Vampire Empire. Apparently, they.
Dude, he's celebrating the death of IDF soldiers getting killed by a terrorist organization.
They believe that he was involved in the killing of 6-year-old Hind Rajab, and there are demands to mourn him. We will reject those demands. I don't celebrate anyone's death. I certainly don't have to.
He's clearly celebrating the death of this IDF commander. This is not good enough. Israel still exists. Sorry, Jink, but we do not merely have a Z problem, we have a J problem. Yeah, this is his audience. Let's celebrate. What great news. Burn in hell. Our problem with them is their supremacy mentality. Right, because Muslims don't think they're superior. That's why they call everyone infidels, right? Dude. How are they allowed on YouTube? Like, this is just fucking nuts. Like, they're getting worse and worse.
The Iranian delegation stormed out of peace negotiations in Switzerland. That's because Trump threatened all of their lives. Let's watch this.
I just spoke with President Trump for more than 20 minutes, and he gave some new insight and reaction about the ongoing talks that are taking place in Switzerland and the threats coming from.
Buddy. They're the biggest world sponsor of terrorism. They've killed American troops. And Trump has, in fact, eliminated a lot of the IRGC leadership. So, like, should Trump be nice to them? Like, if he sucked their dicks or something, do you think that would lead to peace? Like, if bombing the fucking shit out of them and killing a bunch of their leaders doesn't make them consider a peace deal, you think being nice to them will?
From the Iranian regime. President Trump telling Fox News that the U.S. may take over the strait in the future if they have to and collect tolls. The president described this as the United States being the guardian angel of the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, good. They should have done that to begin with.
And the Middle East. And the president said ultimately that would involve the U.S. taking 20% of the oil that passes through the strait. Remember, this comes.
I saw liberals saying Trump's Iran ceasefire agreement looked like a surrender document. It pretty much did.
In reaction to the Iranians saying they will close the Strait of Hormuz in response to Israeli strikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon. President Trump tells Fox News he spoke with Iranian officials overnight and said, you close it and you won't have a country. He went on to tell these officials, you won't even make it back to your effing country.
You won't make it back to your effing country, which is a obviously threat against their lives. And Mohammad Ghalibaf, the Iranian parliamentary speaker.
Oh no, Trump threatened to kill terrorists? Oh, Trump is so bad. The Young Turks should be in jail. They should be in jail for like fucking treason.
What's up, guys? It's one disaster after another with this freezer nonsense. I actually wasn't gonna film a vlog because my screen protector cracked, but I'll just take it off and live life on the edge for the next day or two until my new screen protector comes. Because this wasn't actually how bad it was. There was just like a slight crack at the top, conveniently right where the camera was. So when I took it off, it just cracked all the way. We thought getting these reefer units on the freezer would solve all our problems, because then we don't have to pay a refrigeration guy because it's a reefer unit instead of a regular refrigeration unit. But in this process of installing the reefers, we did not account for the airflow going into the freezer before they're up and running. So we got these mounted last Friday, and they didn't get them up and running yet, and all this hot air and humidity is getting sucked into the freezer, causing it to fail just through the holes in the reefer. So basically that means that these reefer units have to stay running, otherwise the freezer's gonna fail. So hopefully these guys are gonna come tomorrow. We're gonna get both of these reefer units up and running, and we shouldn't have any more freezer issues moving forward. They're in kind of an awkward spot in there. They're pretty low. Honestly, this was a bad idea, but what am I supposed to do? You know, I can't afford these HVAC refrigeration guys that keep ripping me off. Maybe I mean, with my health, maybe I could have tried a little more and harder to actually get the other new unit installed myself. It's debatable now, because now with these reefer units, you know, if they're running, you know, we're stuck using diesel fuel to run them. If the power goes out, we're okay, because they run when the power goes out, but that's like, you know, we've never lost power here long enough to have a freezer issue. And the other hand is we could just...
And speaking of people who should be jailed according to this moron.
Yeah. Nice and retarded. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Start the reefers up on the trailers and put the meat in the trailer. So the power outage issue is not really a justification for having them on there, although it would save a lot of work. I don't know. I was just hoping to have no more issues with this freezer. If the insurance company, which we are now suing, would have just paid me, we wouldn't have done this, because I could have afforded to have the freezer unit fixed properly, and we could have had another brand new freezer unit in there. But I don't know. It's one disaster after another. I guess we're gonna have a little experiment. And hey, you know, if I did put up a new building, I'd probably just throw all reefer units on it anyway. I don't think I would ever want to use commercial refrigeration stuff, because it's so much more work and maintenance. And if a reefer fails, you could just buy another one and replace it pretty easily. Way lower costs, way lower maintenance, way easier to swap in and out. The downside is, from like a neatness perspective and airflow, it's not as ideal, that's for sure. Commercial refrigeration has more airflow, it's quieter, it's nicer overall. I didn't really want to film a vlog today, but I did have to apologize to you guys. There's a lot of egg shipping issues. Should have probably talked about this first, but we were outside, so I started the vlog outside. U.S. Customs, the same absolute cocksuckers that got my Wagyu beef destroyed, didn't help me, decided to seize the container of foam for inspection, right? So they held this container of foam for almost 2 months. And we timed it so we were getting the foam right before we would run out of it. So because they seized the container for 2 months, we ran out of foam to ship the eggs. And my farmer said, oh, we'll just do this. I wanted him to send me the eggs and I would bubble wrap them myself. But that means he would have had to sell me the eggs for our old price, which was lower. So since he wanted to make more money, he decided to come up with his own packaging, and his own packaging that he said he tested was an absolute failure. It was horrendous. I think at least half of the boxes that he used shipping peanuts in completely broken and cracked. The first batch of foam that he spent more time packing tightly didn't seem to be as bad, but we had to refund so many eggs. And the thing is, when people email you about broken eggs, you're assuming that there's at least double or triple that amount of people that had broken eggs that felt bad and didn't want to email me. So I'm really worried we're going to lose a lot of egg customers here. And this farmer seems to do something every year that completely sabotages the business. It's always one thing or another every single year. And he complains I'm not selling more eggs. Yet he's the one always sabotaging the business, so I don't know. It's just like he just overlooks these things. And every single time he overlooks something, I was in a position to be like, I was literally saying, are you sure this package?
Yeah, I told everybody I wasn't going to stream the leg train.
Why do people like Dark Snovia call Obama a war criminal for murdering the worthless families of terrorists?
Because they're retarded and gay. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
Packaging works. I'd rather have you just send me the eggs and we can bubble wrap them and we know it's going to work and be fine. He said, oh, no, it's okay. We'll try this. And I don't know. I really have to I just got to put my foot down with this guy and tell him what to do. But I don't know. It's always a disaster.
And I will always be a member here. Enjoy your meals, VGE rule. Thank you. Heartedly, Tin Man Adonis.
Who knows how he's going to respond to this? But everything's been his fault, though. Every single thing's been his fault. Like, these Amish people always try to twist it in a weird way and blame you for everything. But who knows? So we had that big egg issue. Hopefully everyone emails me. You know, we issued a lot of refunds. If the egg damage was bad enough, we just, you know, we're sending out some new boxes this week. If people had a lot of eggs broken, I mean, it was a real mess. But it's terrible because it's a huge mess even when one egg breaks. And I don't know if these people are going to order from me again. So it's really, really hard to run a business. And when something goes wrong, you could lose months and months and months of hard work and customers. But, you know, that's the thing. You know, I haven't been able to afford to do everything.
He's saying this, but he has the worst customer service imaginable. You can look at the reviews on his website.
Myself and keep everything under control myself because of all these people stealing money from me and stealing my ideas. I mean, it's a whole laundry list of things to complain about. But we were doing some baking today. We got the English muffins back in stock. Focaccia bread was a mess up. We were trying to do an experiment to increase the dough hydration, but I have a feeling that really high hydration dough that people make for focaccia bread is using commercial flour, like regular bleached flour, which is why maybe I haven't been successful doing high hydration doughs with organic flour. We got the everything bagels back in stock, and we got some garlic sourdough in stock. And there's some rye bread over here. I'm actually taking home some of that rye bread with some pastrami to have a pastrami sandwich for, I guess, lunch, dinner when I get back home. Pasta machine, I don't know. It's, you know, we got the replacement.
By the way, remember he also defends the October 7th attacks.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, these people should just be in jail. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Part, exact serial number, there's issues with it. Potato chip line, everything's getting delayed by this freezer failure and this freezer install. So, you know, we should have had the potato chips and this pasta machine up and running by now, but because the freezer's failing, it's delaying doing these new products, which is unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do. So hopefully once we get this freezer fixed and everything running, then we can figure out what's wrong with that pasta machine and finally get the potato chip equipment up and running. Yeah, I mean, I now I know why they sent that pasta machine to the auction. It seems like it shouldn't be as hard of a fix, but that drive, that inverter that changes the power for the auger has some weird wiring, even the same serial number. The problem is it's 20 years old, so the same serial number drive is different than it was 20 years ago. And who knows if the attachments on there were custom or not for them, so I don't know. I don't know what to show you guys today. Oh, I guess in good news, we have sorbet. We got the machine up and running. So one of my auction finds finally worked out. We did have to fix this. Someone was messing with the electric in there, so the phases were switched. So we had to basically just switch around a few wires and put some refrigerant in it. So not too difficult, and I think we're all in around $1,000 for this. And if you Google this machine, it is around $30,000. So we kind of lucked out. What this machine does is it basically makes maybe 15 pounds of ice cream every 7 to 8 minutes. So the hourly output on that is like almost 100 pounds of ice cream. So 100 pounds of ice cream per hour, that's kind of what you have to pay to be able to do that. This is a batch freezer type machine. which is meant for what we're doing, you know, making ice cream in batches and freezing it for future use. The soft serve machines are a little different, that just keep the ice cream in the cylinder.
You are making fun of Frank's looks. How come you have gone gray and hasn't? I think he meant you have gone gray and he hasn't. Considering you're younger than him. I'm either the same age or older. He's either 34 or 35. The darker your hair, the more likely you are to go gray earlier. I don't know what that matters. Okay, I have gray hair. You also have no idea if he is dyeing his hair or not. He's gotten how many cosmetic surgeries? The idea that he'd be fine with getting double jaw surgery, eye surgery, he's used lip fillers. The idea that dyeing his hair would be a step too far. You have no idea.
The whole time. So yeah, that worked out. We finally got our lemon sorbet and we made the orange sorbet. I've been eating that every day with my dinner, guys. The texture is amazing. It's really delicious. Super, super special ingredient list. All organic, glass bottle of mineral water. I don't really want to go in the freezer because the temperature's kind of failing. Yeah, we're at like 10 degrees right now. Not only is the freezer failing because that humidity is going in. One of the old units, well, no, that's what's happening. The freezer was failing before we installed these reefers, but it was holding temp. Now that we installed the reefers, it's not holding temp and the units aren't running properly at all. So I'm pretty nervous. I don't really want to go in and out of this freezer, but the sorbets are right in front here. So we have our lemon sorbet, we have our orange sorbet. Glass jars, mineral.
Hopefully if he does go to jail, he manages to lose some weight while in prison.
I'd rather him just stay unhealthy. Thanks for the donation though, Dodo.
Water, highest quality sorbet you will ever have. Our secret is using some bone broth, which adds collagen and it creates this really amazing smooth texture. So it's not icy at all. It's almost like the creaminess of ice cream. So I'm excited for that. It's really delicious, high quality, organic sugar, organic lemon juice, organic orange juice. That's it. It's really just those three ingredients. Juice, sugar, and water. And then that bone broth, we put a little salt in there just to bring out the flavor. Really, really delicious and high quality.
I literally don't care if you have a problem with me having gray hair, dude. It literally doesn't matter to me. Guess what? Silverback gorillas have gray hair. Do you think they care? No, I don't either.
And the other important thing is, organic citrus, buying all the highest quality organic ingredients. And making it immediately after squeezing the juice also makes a huge difference. It's raw. It's raw juice, which no one else is doing either. Usually the juice is pasteurized. So we're doing a bunch of things that make it super high quality. Yeah. Oh, I guess, my brain is so fried. Like, we launched the peptide business today. RealResearchChemicals.com. Honestly, not sure how well it's going to do. We got to get out of this hole I'm in. And
I like how he didn't link the website in his latest video.
And then we can kind of actually start the reason I haven't launched the peptide business is because we got scammed. We were supposed to do a custom formula and have all these different peptides, and I got scammed and taken advantage of by the first company.
I don't know what the fuck he means by custom formula. I'm assuming he was thinking of creating a mix of different peptides in one vial, which is pretty normal. You see like TB500 or BPC GHKCU blends. I don't recommend the blends. They seem to work worse when they're blended into one vial.
So we're just going to launch now and try to sell the few things we have. I don't think we're going to, honestly. If I had to bet, I don't think I'm going to sell enough of those to make a difference. So hopefully we get a loan or something and we could actually fully stock the website with more than just HCG, which can be sold legally for research chemical purposes. The IGF, there's not as much regulation around that. The concern is the HGH, and we're using ipamorelin.
Ipamorelin is not HGH. It's a secretagogue.
Which, to my understanding, is the only legal HGH compound you can
It is not an HGH compound.
sell as a research chemical. The other ones are so illegal that you're not even able to sell them as a research chemical. It's the.
I can't tell if he's just that stupid or if he's lying, but ipamorelin is not a growth hormone formulation.
Good stuff if it's that regulated by the government. Which is funny because if you want actual pharmaceutical grade HGH, there are companies that you can go to for like HRT companies, but they charge you. It's not reasonable. It's like $1,000 a week for HGH. No one can afford that, besides the billionaires that make the laws. Go figure. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of restocking. My guys have working hard making these cookies.
The HGH regulations are just baffling. The only reason I could figure why it's so heavily regulated is because they don't want Chinese manufacturers to overtake the market. That's the only thing I can figure. Otherwise, it's extremely safe. They prescribe it to children. It's very good for you. Literally taking it, you feel healthier.
For you guys. What's also new is we roasted prime rib in the rotisserie oven. They didn't slice it yet. It's actually right here. I don't know why they package it like this. We got the fire roasted prime rib on the rotisserie. We're going to slice that nice and thin, and I'm going to send out an email. I ate half a prime rib. I was eating it like it was candy when I came in yesterday. I just cut a few pieces up, took a handful, and I was taking bites out of it, walking around the building. I must have ate 3 pounds of prime rib. So delicious. Yeah, I mean, we have so many products. The new stuff off the top of my head is probably just the sorbet and maybe a bunch of restocks that we haven't had for a little while. Some of the baked goods, but for the most part, my guys are really on top of keeping everything in stock. Yeah, we could have just cooked the prime rib in the oven like we used to, but I thought the fire roasting would give it a pretty special flavor. I'll show you guys that. Oh, this rotisserie was a lot cleaner before we used it. Just using it once kind of really made it dirty. So another one of my auction finds, and it's interesting. I think I paid $200 for this. Nothing wrong with it. Just needed to be cleaned up, and we're missing a few bricks down there. Put the roast beef on the spits. On these spits. There's a huge fire here, and it spins. It's pretty cool. So can I turn it on for you guys? Is the gas on? Let's turn the gas on, hopefully not blow up my face. Because this machine's kind of dangerous. Ooh. I always get nervous with this fucking thing. Because the first time I almost singed my eyebrows off. And I don't even think that valve is all the way open. Oh, it is. So the way the gas on this, the way the temperature is controlled, is adjusting that gas valve. And then there's the fans. Oh no, that just spins the rotisserie. So you basically have this huge flame of gas shooting out, and those bricks keep the heat, and then the prime rib spins in front of it, so you get a really nice fire roasted flavor. So, pretty cool piece of equipment. I think the brand new price on one of these is probably like 10 or 20,000. It's up there. Yeah, one day I strive to be like Whole Foods, who just steals money from people and just writes, like, when Whole Foods opens up, it's absurd. They just, you know, they spend 5 to 10 times what they should be opening the place compared to buying like secondhand equipment and shopping around for quotes. But the life of a billionaire is a little easy, to say the least. The amount of stuff I know and learn and understand compared to all of these other shill business owners is actually absurd. Like, I know how to charge a refrigeration unit. I know pretty much, I could do any aspect of like residential plumbing. Like, I haven't done much electrical work because I have a pretty affordable electrician and I haven't messed around with any electrical stuff, but anything that's not too dangerous, I don't mind doing. That being said, I almost blew my face up brazing refrigeration line once. Dude, I had freaking nightmares about that for 2 days. I was like waking up, like sweating, like screaming. It was pretty funny, actually. It was pretty funny to me, but no, I had a copper pipe explode in my face when I was brazing it because I don't actually know what I'm doing. And there's like little nuanced things that you learn from years and years of experience that I'm just not going to know because I'm just like a YouTube warrior trying to figure stuff out with too many dangerous toys at my disposal. I'll show you guys another toy. This should make it so this is actually bought so I don't explode my face while I'm brazing. I'm not going to turn it on because that's just asking for disaster, but so normally to connect copper pipes to refrigeration is different than plumbing. Plumbing is low heat and you use a silver solder. Brazing is high heat, so you need a special torch setup. You need gas torches. It's not just like a small torch, and usually the tip is like this. But we got it's called a hook. The hook tip. So this basically blows heat around the whole pipe. So you can imagine how much easier this is because not only can you hold this in one spot and heat the pipe evenly, there's no risk of burning stuff around the pipe. Because when you blow this heat at the pipe.
And speaking of people who should be in jail, VG.
He is the star of a pair of social media videos for Tennessee gubernatorial candidate Monty Fritz. But who is he? Tonight, an exclusive News Channel 5 investigation uncovers that man's troubling history of race.
Forgot my namification to any tillers. When did Frank's gross head wrap with the black-fitted cap arc begin? It's a while ago. It's been a few years, I think. It's like some Wi-Fi shielding stupid shit. Thanks for the donation, dude.
Was that raw meat he ate?
No, I think it was cooked. Thanks for the donation, James.
Racism and anti-Semitism.
And if you have any doubt, consider this. That star in those Monty Fritz videos thinks Adolf Hitler was a great man. News Channel 5 chief investigative reporter Phil Williams has been digging into the story behind the videos. Question is, did the Fritz campaign pay for those videos?
Well, the star of those videos tells me he produced them as part of Monty Fritz's team of campaign volunteers. The question is, did the Republican candidate for governor know about this man's controversial views?
It's time that we had leaders in Tennessee that will stand on the authority of the Constitution and the Word of God.
Tennessee State Representative Monty Fritz has been running a distinctly Christian nationalist campaign for governor.
All men have a natural and indefeasible right to worship Almighty God within the dictates of their conscience. That's the God of the Bible. That's not these other false gods that people want to introduce into America.
Pledging to try to outlaw Muslim mosques in the state of Tennessee while separating himself from some Christian nationalists who view Adolf Hitler as a Christian prince.
You'll never hear from me that Adolf Hitler was a good guy. You'll never hear that from me. I think he got what he deserved.
We just watched Monty Fritz, in my opinion, absolutely kill it tonight.
Yet I had questions after Fritz's campaign began posting these videos on social media.
Yeah, check them out. Monty Fritz.
From a bearded man wearing an America First cap. On the back of the cap, the initials for Nicholas J. Fuentes.
What Hitler represents.
Yeah, it's adding up.
is if white people didn't give a f.
Fuentes is the white nationalist anti-Semitic figure whose followers are known as gory.
Like, it's debatable what Hitler's religious views were before his death, but he grew up as a Roman Catholic. He was a massive mama's boy, and his mom was a Roman Catholic. If you read Mein Kampf, like, he clearly identified as a Roman Catholic. I think there was a few speeches early on where he, again, publicly stated he was a Roman Catholic. The Nazi Party in general, though, they were somewhat anti-Christian. Some of them, like, overtly so, because they didn't like the contradiction of them worshiping Jesus as a holy figure when Jesus was a Jew. And there was, like, this attempt to make, like, a new religion for, you know, Nazis. And Hitler, he didn't go to church, like, later on. So who knows, but it's kind of weird to see Hitler as, like, this pro-Christian figure when he, a lot of ways, was not. Dodo donated $2. Sitting next to Qataris, current Iranian leadership, describe them as very rational people, nice to deal with? The fuck?
We're dealing with people that I think are very rational people. I mean, they were nice to deal with. They were strong people, smart people. I think actually they're smarter than the first and second group. But they're not radicalized, and they're, you know, looking to help their country. We're dealing with people that I...
Yeah.
This is everything I ate at the Palestinian
If only there was a drug to make people smarter.
table as a vegan. Today I'll be taking you through all the authentic Palestinian dishes that Allah made for us so we can collectively
Yes. If I remember correctly, this chick is some crazy dumb bitch who's anti-Israel.
continue amplifying Palestinian culture and voice through
We stuff it with this, a mix of onion and sumac.
He first made us these falafels with his own Palestinian twist. They were stuffed with onion.
It's not even any such thing as Palestinian culture. It's not a country. It's not an ethnicity. They're basically all, like, Jordanian, aren't they?
And sumac.
And, like, some are Lebanese, some are Egyptian.
And then he deep fried.
Then why do some of these Christian nut jobs do see Hitler as this Christian figure?
Because they're retarded. That's really the only reason. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Look up Thule Society. It was a weird pagan esoteric mystery school that the Nazis got a lot of their beliefs from. Yeah, I know about that. The guy who is responsible for radicalizing Hitler, some of his beliefs, like, it's almost as if the guy believed, like, Germans were, like, an alien race or something. It's really weird.
Them on the spot. They were super crispy, full of flavor, and I could not stop eating them. These recipes were passed down from his grandmother to mother and then
Oh, Palestinians invented hummus, huh? Yeah,
to him, and I felt incredibly blessed to have had these.
How is the falafel?
It's so good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Indian za'atar that just arrived yesterday from Palestine. The normal za'atar you buy is just white thyme with salt, sumac, and...
They arrived from Palestine, so they're not starving? They can give away food?
and sesame, but this one in Palestine we also rub it with olive oil.
You could really taste the freshness of the za'atar on the manakish, and when paired with the Arabic salad, it really made for the perfect bite. And not forgetting the silky smooth hummus that takes him 3 days to make, paired with his very popular pita chips. I think we were all very much addicted to them. The spinach fatayr was filled with spinach, onion, sumac, and baked in olive oil. I really love these as well. But on to the star of the show. Allah made vegan makluba, and not gonna lie, I've been dreaming about this for the longest time, as there's no Palestinian restaurant that actually serves this, more so one that serves a vegan version. It was amazing to see him break it apart. There were generous amounts of carrot, potato, eggplant,
Kind of looks shitty, to be honest.
chickpeas, and onions, with an incredible caramelized layer at the top, and of course garnished with almonds for some crunch. The rice had also soaked up
That just looks like a mess.
all the flavor from the vegetable, herbs, and spices, so it was Literally the perfect bite.
It's very nice.
If you've got the chance.
So she's stupid. Oh my goodness. She's cleaning his beans. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. It's a good cat.
Bro, this guy just made 3K. Bro, what?
TikTok and Instagram are full of videos of
And SJWs like Dark Sovia love to claim that the Palestinians are starving.
You can literally look at the videos of people at those aid stations, particularly the like women who are like over 30. They're all fat as shit, like really overweight. And then everyone's either normal weight or a little chubby. So you see a lot of chubby kids. You see a lot of like just dudes with a little bit of a tummy. Like they vary from looking normal to being a little overweight, and some of them are like just chunky as fuck, like especially the middle-aged women.
of people appearing to make a ton of money on Polymarket.
Thanks for the donation though, Dodo.
Yeah! Bro, what? This guy looks like he just won $6,000. Except he didn't. This is not a real bet. Neither is this one, or this one. The people who made those videos were paid by Polymarket to promote fake bets and fake wins to make it seem like anyone can make money on their website. We analyzed over 1,000 videos like these and found that the bets shown in all of them were faked.
Bro, there's no way this is real right now.
Take this video, for example. This guy looks like he's spending $200 betting that Trump is gonna say the words April Fools during the first week of April. Now, this market is supposed to close in April, but the data in the chart goes all the way through May. And then they show a video of Trump saying, yeah! That video's actually from March of last year. Anyone who made this bet in real life lost money. Take a look at this one. If you zoom in on the URL, you'll notice that the site isn't Polymarket, but POIYmarket.com. Influencers who have worked with Polymarket told us that the company gave them a password to access the website so that they can create real-looking trades. They're supposed to film their videos and send them to Polymarket for review, and if a video isn't
Is this illegal? This sounds like it's illegal.
engaging enough, or if it's obviously faked, they have to refilm it. But the mock-ups still aren't perfect. Sometimes you'll see a generic polymarket.com source credit on the fake website that's not on the real one. Or it'll miss little things, like a green arrow that shows the change in a percentage for a market. On a real Polymarket browser, the tab is always the name of the market. But here, it's just Polymarket.
Bro, how does this even make sense?
All these fake wins are part of a campaign that's gotten over 140 million views. That's thanks in part to an army of content producers that Polymarket pays to repost the videos all over social media. After we started reaching out to these creators, many of them deleted all of their posts.
That pot dish looks made up. I have almost everything in my kitchen to replicate all of that lol.
I don't know. Might be.
Pat is in the chat. Hey, sweetie.
All right, thanks for the donation, dude. Well, there's no such thing as Palestinian food. Like, it's very clearly a mix of Middle Eastern and Mediterranean cuisine. Thanks for the donation, the Will Mage. Nazi Party were socialist nationalists. Well, they weren't really socialists. That were told to somewhat say they're Christian. Hitler didn't like Christianity. Christianity thought it was weak. He said he wishes I know he said he wished like the religion of the German people was like Islam or something because it like promotes violence and it's more authoritarian and shit. I don't know though, like it's weird because again, if you read Mein Kampf, he wrote that in prison. Like his views might have changed over time, and like the other thing too is he was a huge mama's boy. So with a lot of people, their religious beliefs are kind of like inconsistent and weird and retarded, so he's been documented saying he prefers Islam. Well, yeah, he said I know he's quoted as saying he wished, like, Islam was the religion of the German people or something. Like, who knows how serious exactly he was about it. Like, I know he was enthralled with the violent and totalitarian nature of it. But, yeah, with a lot of people, their religious beliefs are just stupid to begin with, so he might have just had a bunch of weird, conflicting religious views. And he might have just become, like, totally atheist or something later on. He also had, like, really, really bad health issues. Like, he got addicted to meth, and then it looks like he had Parkinson's or something. His mental state, just in general, was declining. He very likely developed, like, schizophrenia, because he had a lot of paranoid delusions. So who knows?
Including Christians' beliefs.
Yes, thanks for the donation, Dodo. I have a cat sitting on me. Wow. This is a nice cat. Can see his kitty paws. Yeah. These are good kitty paws. Well, thanks again, Dodo.
From their accounts, or started to
Yeah, Hitler